Oh, God. There is something so terrifying about this thing. Welcome back, guys, to another episode of ARK Survival Evolved with me, PommieGamer. Hope you guys are having a good day. I'm having a great day. And it's been a while, because if you follow me on Twitter, you'll know that I've been away on holiday. I spent 3 weeks back in the UK visiting friends and family with my girlfriend, and had an absolutely amazing time. And I got back a couple of weeks ago, and I've just started working for a new company, so I've been sort of getting to grips with that new role. So yeah, I've been super busy, and that's why we haven't had any episodes. But now I'm fully settled back in at home and ready to take on the next part of our adventure here on the island in ARK Survival Evolved. Now, as you'll see behind me, we have the Artifact of the Cunning. This is what we obtained from the Caverns of Lost Hope in the last episode, and basically the episodes going forward is going to be preparing to take on the 3 bosses, the Broodmother, the Megapithecus, and the Dragon. But what I wanted to do today was to go after something that we've never tamed before, and is going to pose a bit of a challenge given that Freddy's not online at the moment and I'm doing this entirely solo. Today we're going to go after the Tusoteuthis, better known as the Kraken. So what I'm going to do, guys, is get geared up, and then I'll meet you guys down at our water pen where we're going to be taking out one of our water dinos, because first we need to go and harvest an insane amount of black pearls for this tame. I'll see you guys in a bit. And we're back, guys, and I've decided to take Osiris, our Basilosaurus, out because a couple of reasons. There's a number of ways you can get black pearls. Obviously you can kill the Eurypterids, which are the kind of lobster creatures that Freddy and I have killed before in order to make the camera. But that's a very long and slow process. You only get about 5 black pearls off of each of them. The same with the Armorites, which are the snail kind of creatures. There's a whole host of Basilosaurus out there actually in this area. Yeah, that's the thing, I can't actually look unless I'm doing that. It's a 44 male. We'll keep moving. So what I've decided to do, which I may end up regretting, is in order to tame a Tusoteuthis, we're actually going to have to kill a few. Now, the Basilosaurus cannot be grabbed by them, so hopefully that will aid us in trying to kill them. Downside is they do pack a punch regardless, and this guy's only got 38,000 HP. So if we find a low enough level, we might be able to do it. And if we do manage to kill one, we should get about 50 black pearls off of it. So that'll be enough for us to actually tame a level 120 in one go on this server with the taming settings that we run. But then the other problem is we do have to be careful of all of the other nasty things that are in this ocean, including a Mosasaurus. That's a level 12, okay. We also have to be careful that the Basilosaurus doesn't take damage if we go too low, because obviously these guys don't like being below a certain depth. So, looks like we've got to search a bit more before we can find ourselves a Kraken. But what I'll do is I'll bring you guys back once I've located a low enough level for us to try and take on. I'll see you guys in a bit. And we're back, guys, and as you can see just down there is a Tusoteuthis. Now this girl is a level 12, so nothing too high. Hopefully our level 160 Osiris will be able to take her on. I guess there's only one way to find out. Now there are a lot of other things around here. I have seen some Plezzies. Osiris made pretty light work of a level 35 earlier. Also have one of those giant whales, but here we go. It's our first encounter with a Kraken. We have new epic boss music. Oh, God. There is something so terrifying about this thing. Oh, it's getting bloody. And it's done its ink. It's trying to escape. I can't see anything. 4 seconds. Right, let's get out of the ink cloud. It's trying to make escape from us. God, that thing's quick. We are taking damage at this depth, so we are going to have to be a little bit careful with the HP. But hopefully we can keep up with this thing. There we go. Oh, it's done its ink thing again. But we killed it. There we go. Wow, I can't see crap. Which way's up? Whew. Well, there we go. We killed our first Tusoteuthis and got 38 black pearls in the process. And a whole lot of fish meat. We also got a Tusoteuthis tentacle. These are obviously going to be very useful for when we have to go and summon the bosses. And a whole load of other stuff which is going to be really useful for gathering. So we can do it provided they're low level. Osiris is doing okay. HP hasn't suffered too much, and we are okay to go down to their initial depth. So the Basilosaurus is definitely a good way to go if you don't want to risk getting kicked off your tame in order to harvest vast amounts of black pearls. So what I'm going to do, guys, is carry on farming, and then I'll bring you back when we're ready to go out and scout for our very own Tusoteuthis to tame. I'll see you guys in a bit. And we're back, guys, and just we've got a bit of a problem here. We're being pursued by an alpha megalodon. I haven't had a chance to look at its level, and we're out of stamina, which is not good. I really don't want to have to fight this thing, but I may not have any choice in the matter. Let's see if we can outrun this guy, maybe? Nope. We're going to have to fight, aren't we? It's a level 12 by the looks of it. And we got some eels in the process by the looks of it as well. Fortunately we are on the Basilosaurus. Oh, this is a huge clusterfuck really, isn't it? Come on, let's get our stamina back. Oh, I hate those eels so much. How are we doing for HP? Alright, we might have to bail from this. Because I can see my guy's getting a bit bloody. Oh, the Alpha Megalodon still wants a piece of us. He does not look bloodied at all. Now, are they like regular Megalodons in that they won't go in the shallows? Yeah! That's how you do it. Osiris, you alpha megalodon killer, you. And we even got a level out of that, so that's awesome. Maybe we'll pump some into HPs. Did we get anything decent off of that? Okay, ramshackle crossbow, pistol. Obviously got the megalodon tooth. Some primitive stuff. Some substrate. Nothing particularly good by the looks of it. Well, that is a shame, but I don't know, beggars can't be choosers and all that. Right, okay, the hunt for more Tusoteuthis continues. I'll see you guys in a bit. And we're back, guys, and I thought I'd come back to base now and craft up the saddle for the Tusoteuthis. Now you can craft it in the smithy, and if we take a look at the actual engrams, I can show you. You have to be level 91 to learn it. So if we go into our smithy and we take a look at the requirements, it costs 45 cement, 795 fibre, 320 hide and 30 metal ingots. Now because we're running Structures Plus, we can just do pull selected times 1 and we can craft that like so. So let's see how many engram points this gives us. And of course you can't actually see your engram points now, but I assume for a level 91 saddle it should be a decent amount. Now let's go and get some paints and colour this up a little bit, make it look all shiny for our hopefully new Tame, although I do have a feeling that this could go horribly wrong. Do I have any black ink? Yeah, we do. Okay, so let's take a look at this saddle. So this is the new dye menu since one of the many updates that have dropped in the last 5 weeks. It's been a little bit hard to keep up. So this is pretty cool. We can actually see the colour and choose from this menu on the side here. It's very similar to the way the old one worked. So what colours can we do? I think we're going to want majority green on most of this saddle because I think it's just going to look amazing when it pops. In fact, you can only do those regions by the looks of it. Oh, you can do black there, so we'll dye that one black, and then we'll do green here, green there. What does black look like there? That's kind of cool. That's the bolts. We'll go green all over, why not? I think that'll look pretty cool underwater. There we go, like so. So we've got that all dyed up. Now I have just got back from going out and harvesting a whole bunch of black pearls. Had a very close encounter with a alpha mosasaur, which I wasn't too happy about, but managed to elude him using the terrain to my advantage, given that they do have a turning circle of a bus. But I've got just over 100 black pearls now, and I've put them on the puddle jumper, which I've left over at the western coast base. Because they're pretty heavy to carry, so what I plan to do is take one of our water dinos over there, dock up at the western coast and go and grab those black pearls. The reason I've left the puddle jumper over there is because I'm expecting this possibly to go horribly wrong, and if I end up dying I need a quick way to get down and to retrieve my stuff. Now for this tame, it's a little bit tricky because it's a passive tame, but of course the Tusoteuthis is a carnivore and will try and eat your face, so we need to be a bit smart about how we do this tame. So from what I've been reading, they recommend taking down a tame with a high amount of HP, and we've got Athena here, our level 198 mosasaur, who I believe has got a fairly decent HP pool at 21,000, but the other really cool thing she has, which is going to be the big advantage, is she has an ascendant platform saddle, so any damage that she is going to take is going to be strongly mitigated with that armor protection that the platform saddle offers us with a 86.8. So I'm hoping this 20,000 should be enough. Now I did do some scouting earlier for a Tusoteuthis, and I did find a level 92 just near the red tower. So what I'm going to do, guys, is grab Athena and take her out. I'm going to go up to the western coast base and grab those black pearls, and then I'll bring you back when we're ready to try and attempt this tame. I'll see you guys in a bit. And we're back, guys, and just over there is the level 92 female Tusoteuthis. Now I've got our Mosasaur Athena here, and she's set to passive. First we're going to just deal with any possible threats to me in the water. Which was that level 96 Mosasaur. And it looks like we might have some company here. Here we go. Right, it's got hold of the Mosa. So now we're going to dismount. Oh no, she got free. Let's get back on. Okay. See if we can convince this girl to grab us again. There we go. So now we get off. And we need to get into this beak here. Feed black pearls. And there we go. Woohoo! Well, that was simple. Ish. Okay, how did our Mosa do? So it lost about 2k health. So, yeah, they do pack a punch, but with the Tusoteuthis, they actually consume, as you saw there, 50 of the black pearls in one go. And for us to tame 120 on this server, we only need 50 black pearls. So that was a job well done. Right, we can now put Athena back onto, let's say, neutral. It's probably a good bet. Let's get the Tusoteuthis off of follow, and let's get that saddle equipped to her. There we go. So a quick rundown of the stats. Out the gate starts with 20,000 HP. The stamina is 870. Food no one cares. Weight is 1,184. Melee damage 202.3%. And movement speed 200%. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to dump a couple of points into health. See how much we get. Okay, so up to 21,000 health now. Let's bring that up to 25k. There we go. Wonderful. So now I just have the challenge of getting our new Tusoteuthis back to base, and I'm going to think of a name on the way back, and I need to get Athena back as well. So once I've done that, guys, we'll take her out for a spin and we'll see what this girl can do. I'll see you guys in a bit. And we're back, guys, and we got Athena and our brand new Tusoteuthis back to base safe and sound. Now on the way back I was thinking of some names for this girl, and the more I look at her, the more she reminds me of Medusa, the famous Goron from Greek mythology. And since we are going with this kind of gods and goddesses, this kind of mythology theme, I figured it was quite a fitting name. So let's go up and change that name, which is now under options, now that they've tidied up the multi-use menu. So Medusa it is, and she got another level on the way back. So we've already got 25k health, which is pretty awesome. Let's see how much we get for melee damage. So it's about 3%. In fact, she's got a ton of levels on the way back. Holy crap. Her movement speed could do with a bit of pumping, so let's get that up to 210 to see how that does. 8 more levels. Yeah, I want to put way more into melee damage. Let's just dump the rest of these levels into melee and see how that fares us. Now, she is pretty good with regards to stamina. In fact, I mean, this girl could probably sprint for days. Does have the turning circle of a bus, just like our Mosasaur friend over there. It was literally, it's taken me about 10 minutes to park these two inside our water pen here. And I thought that water pen was going to be more than enough space for this season, but given that we have these new sort of larger water dinos now, we are definitely running out of space in there. But it should suffice us until the end of the season. So let's take her for a little bit of a spin. So this is her normal movement speed, which it's not particularly fast, not particularly slow either. So pretty good all round. This is her sprint speed, which doesn't seem to be an awful lot different really. but she is sprinting apparently, and as you can see up there in the top right, the stamina is barely moving. Now she has 3 attacks from what I understand. She has her normal grapple attack, which, just like you saw when we were taming her, grabs hold of a dino, especially even large dinos like the mosasaur, and then you can do melee attacks from there. I believe the other attack she has deliberately delivers torpor damage instead of straight up melee damage, which is amazing, because if we see anything like a Plezzy or a mosasaur that we want to tame, then we can use Medusa here to help us knock them out, rather than sort of risking our own lives floating around in the water. Okay, so let's find some prey here. We've got a Megalodon coming in. So we're going to use left click, and we're going to attempt to grapple. And looks like we have got that grapple. Or at least I thought we had the grapple. Okay, that wasn't as easy as it looks, given that we're facing the wrong way. So we'll try a right-click attack on these guys. What does that do? Oh, we've definitely got this guy here. Okay, so it looks like it's right-click to grapple, and then once we've got one in our tentacles here, we can actually then start doing some damage. Doesn't seem to be doing an awful lot of damage. So right click to release. Interesting, okay. Not doing as much damage as I thought they would. Unless I'm doing something wrong, which is evidently always possible. Let's try this again. So the annoying thing is we can't just launch an attack from there. We have to turn around and line them up, so that we can do our grapple attack, which we'll do with a right click, grab. Now we've got that one, and there we go. Okay, yeah, so it looks like it's right click to do our grapple attack, and then we left click to do our melee. There's a Plezzy here. Let's see if we can grab hold of this Plezzy. Oh, that's so cool. So now we've got the Plezzy. I think we can concentrate our attack straight on the Plezzy there. And it's a good job she does have a lot of HP, because she's going to basically be tanking it now. And there we go, that's the Plezzy done. Now, of course, if we get into too much of a fray and we want to make a hasty escape, I'm actually going to be pinned from all directions here. We can press C, and we do a little ink spurt, and we can then blind our enemies and leave them in the dust to make a quick escape, which is pretty cool. Looks like we've got one of those ills following us around, and I don't know whether these guys are immune or not, so I don't particularly want to hang around and find out, because I've just got this girl. But so far, I'm pretty impressed with her. I mean, it definitely is going to make taming some of the larger water dinos a lot easier. I need to spend some time and actually look at the wiki to figure out the controls, but from what I can tell just from a first impression of using it, it seems to be right click to grab and then left click to basically deal damage. I don't know if there is a torpor delivery one, or whether they just get torpored by being in the grapple. At the very least, if you had another person with you, you could use the Tuso to grab hold of what it is you're trying to tame, drag it up to somewhere that's a little bit safer, and then just have the other guy shoot it with narcotic arrows. So overall, a really, really useful dino, an absolute tank, definitely the king of the ocean, and yeah, I'm really glad we eventually got one. Well, that's gonna be it for today's episode, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, remember to hit that like button. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel for more ARK Survival Evolved videos. Until the next time, guys, keep calm and level up!